A miraculous thing has happened today. I have left the house without sleeves, and I'm not sure if it's because I have overcome some body issues or I have just decided to throw caution to the wind and not care anymore what people think of my arms. Either way, I'm counting it a win. It's a, you know, either way, it's a win. So this weekend was an absolute triumph. I'm very pleased. I want them all to come back immediately. The house seems incredibly empty without them. So I'm contemplating in all the ways I can win them for Thanksgiving, so the plotting has begun for that. What else is going on? I broke my toe. I think I remember what I was doing when it happened. I was leaning over the sofa to shut the blinds, and I forgot how big the legs on the sofa are. They're very fat. And I was rushing to do the blinds thing and slammed my foot into the bottom of the sofa, and I remember the blinding pain and then remember thinking, oh, I gotta do that other thing. So I ran off into the other thing and didn't think about it again until Sunday morning. I was walking around cooking breakfast and realized, you know, something hurts. So I looked down and this big fat purple bruise on my toe, big bruise. So I've kind of been I wouldn't call it dealing with that because it's not that big of a deal. It's just a fracture. And it, you know, it hurts when you touch it or it hurts when you walk a certain way. But other than that, it's fine. So Monday night when I got my hair done, I was looking at it again, and Parrish thought it looked like a spaceship. And I said, no, it looks like South Carolina. And he said, no, spaceship. And he proved it, and he got out his ballpoint pen and he drew a spaceship around my bruise. And you know, honestly, I have never wanted a tattoo more in my life than I want that spaceship tattooed on my toe. There are only two things that are keeping me from doing it. One, the blinding pain of a tattoo on my toe, and two, the instant regret I'm sure I will feel once I have that permanently on my foot. But it's really cute. It's a really cute spaceship, and you know, maybe he can just draw it once a week. I think that'll do just as well. Right, so I have been to Target to replenish some supplies, and now I am heading home to finish the laundry, all those sheets, and remake the beds, and get ready for the next time they come. Happened this week. Almost none of it has been filmed. So I have finalized my the termination of my agreement with my agent. We just weren't getting anywhere, and I felt like there were a lot of external factors happening, and bless her heart, she worked really hard for me, and it just wasn't working. Leave it there. So I've decided I'm going to self-publish my book, and I have already picked my method of doing so. I have the Slytherin representative of the Four Houses of Hogwarts doing the final edits to make sure that all my commas in the right place, because I'm horrible with commas. So she's doing that, and I have an appointment with the formatter on the 24th, and then I hope to have the cover finalized by the first week of May, and then start pre-orders in the middle of May for a June 1st release. So everybody cross your fingers for me that this does not just explode in my face. I'm doing this non-traditional method of publishing because I can't seem to let it go. I can't let this story and these characters go and move on to the next project until something happens with these. And if it only sells 2 copies to me and my mom, that's fine. At least it did something. So that's what's happening. I'm going to finish this series, and then I'm going to start on my middle grades. And I have a lot of outlines ready to go for the middle grades fiction. I just can't stop thinking about this book. So gonna get that done, gonna get that finished June 1st. The June 1st publication date. So those are things that are happening. This giant thing behind me is a purple sofa that used to be in my living room that has been replaced by the new purple sofa, and I am taking this to a friend of mine after work. I'm meeting her at landing station in the Target parking lot because there are cameras. It's safe and it's covered in case it's raining. And we're gonna switch over the sofa from my car to her car, and then I'm gonna meet P and we're gonna go to dinner, and then we're gonna go to the spring game at Georgia Tech, and then I'm gonna come home and crash because that's a long day for me. That's a long day for me. I am talking really, really fast, mostly because I am late for work. It's been raining nonstop all week down here in my town, and a lot of the trees have just decided they don't want to hang out anymore. So I had a couple across the road and had to wait for crews to get them up and out of the way. So I'm about 15 minutes late for work, which I don't suppose is really that terrible. But I don't like being late. It's not something I enjoy. So I feel like everything has to be done right now so I can get to work. Because talking faster will get me to work faster, because that's the thing. That makes sense. Okay, so that's my catch up. This has been under 3 minutes. Good for me. Normally when I do these things, they run on for minutes and minutes and minutes, and it's just abysmal to try to edit it down to something that makes sense. You're right. So, yay us. My week has ended on rather a tragic note. I was making oatmeal cookies, as you do, and I was gonna double the recipe to be able to send my mom and dad some, and then Parish's sister's family some when we mail the birthday presents. And I doubled everything, and I accidentally quadrupled the water, so I had to go back and double the recipe again to add it to the recipe with quadruple the water. And then I didn't have enough oats. I was lacking about a cup of oats, and I tried a batch anyway because I figured, how bad can it be? It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Fortunately, they taste good, which means that Parish and I will have a whole bunch of really ugly but delicious cookies to eat, and I'll just have to try again tomorrow with another set for everybody else. So I'm consoling myself with some curry, and yeah, so that was my week. Encourage each other with sweetness and light, and I'll see you next Sunday. Remus, get off the table.